Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are from Florence in Italy, and we are here today to present an innovative concept of partnership for risk reduction, in which we plan to associate innovative inventors, private industry in the industrialized countries and in the emerging economies, and organizations and NGOs, international organizations and NGOs, which are active in disaster risk reduction. Brief introduction. Anna Conti here is an architect, a very special architect. She is a visionary architect. She has visions about how to change the world, and she actually manages to implement these visions through her activity. Myself, I am an old dog which has served in the United Nations, with the European Union, and with the World Bank, and I still believe in international cooperation after so many years. We are both active in disaster risk reduction. So I think we can start with the film. So we have named our project Project Robin Hood. And you will see why we have named it like this. The idea, as I said, is to start from innovative ideas. What do we do? Anna and I patent our inventions, and when we patent them, every time we make two versions of that same technology. There you are, inventors, industries, and you see the two versions. I think it's going too fast. And what we do is that we make a deal with industry. To the industry in the developed world, we sell our patent, and in the deal, can you stop the film, please? It's going too fast. When we sell our patent, we agree with the industry that buys it that a part of the proceedings from that idea will go into international organizations. The next step is that we sell also the patent for the low-tech version to NGOs or to international organizations for the symbolic price of $1. And then that organization will be able to use the low-tech, will be licensed to use the low-tech version, and it will receive part of the proceedings from the industry to go directly into international organization, into cooperation. We believe that today, when there are so many problems in raising funds for development, and when disaster risk reduction is a priority, this is a promising, innovative way to develop new technologies and innovation across the world. Everybody wins in this concept. The industry wins because it has a viable new technology to promote in the industrialized world. The NGOs and the international organizations win because they receive funds to bring innovation into disaster risk reduction in the developing world. We, as inventors, win because we are able to diffuse our ideas and to raise money from them in the industrialized countries. And finally, the people of the developing world also win because they receive innovation and disaster risk reduction support. We shall now briefly show you some of the ideas that we have patented. And this is the first one. It is a bed which is specially designed to protect you in case that the building above you collapses. It can be built with very simple technologies. You see, the bed has a resistant canopy, and in the pillars on the side are springs that can absorb the kinetic energy of the collapsing building. What this means, think, if you have a brick falling down on your head from this height, it will break your skull. But if you rest a brick on your head, it will not hurt you. The purpose is that this bed will absorb the shock and then become a shell in which you can survive. We have made designs to build this with a highly resistant steel, which is what you need when you are in a multi-story building in the industrialized world, but also with bits and pieces of old trucks and vehicles if you're building it in a developing world context. Can we go ahead with the film, please? Excuse me. So here you see the concept of how this bed works. And this is one of our ideas. You see the difference between one type of building and the other, so that justifies the fact. Now we have Ovolution. Ovolution instead is a shelter which is designed to withstand disasters, specially designed. It can be assembled very quickly with these steel or aluminum ribs, and it rests on a platform as a foundation, which can be filled with air, and therefore it becomes floatable. That allows you to reach areas which otherwise would not be accessible in times of disaster. So even if the roads have collapsed, but there are rivers, there is a seaside, you're able to tow Ovolution and bring it there. Then the structure is also able, through can you stop it, please, again? Through the inflatable platform, it is able to survive a tsunami, and we believe that this is the only such idea that has been patented so far. Submarines have special ballast tanks that fill with air to change your buoyancy. The same happens with this foundation, so that the building becomes floatable. And then also the other thing that we have introduced is that we want it to be overtaken by the tsunami wave, not carried at high speed, but to slow down. And for that reason, we have incorporated a sea anchor in this concept. The next idea is a far lower technology idea, and it is concerned with education for disaster risk reduction. Children across the whole world play at construction. It is one of the most favorite games, and it is a cross-cultural concept. And we have thought, why not take this opportunity to teach the children the difference, simple principles of how to make a building that can resist an earthquake, that can resist a cyclone. Take this opportunity, make it a game, bring it through the schools. Can you please? So this is a very simple earthquake simulating toy, which consists of a platform that is made to vibrate. And by vibrating, it tests the constructions which children place upon it. And so you see whether or not it works. And in that way, they learn very simple principles, such as bracing, which is illustrated. Of course, they go back and they will tell their parents about what they have learned. This is another concept yet, and can you stop, please? This is called UNI, and this is a specially designed concept for emerging economies, where we have a rapidly moving construction sector, but we also have the threat of disasters, and where we want to be ready for disasters. The concept here is that we have a specially prefabricated building, which comes in two versions, a high technology, beautiful building, and a bare bones, which is the same principle, but which is more economical. The first one is geared for the middle class level of the construction market, which is the one that moves very rapidly in China, for instance. And the fact that this market is moving so rapidly, we can show the film now. The fact that this market moves so rapidly justifies the development of a production chain in which these houses are made that can open up like an accordion, and they are delivered on site, and they are ready for use. And they are final structures. In the simpler version, this same construction is able to be delivered directly on site. And because of its characteristics, we are able to skip the phases of first going into a tent and then going into a provisionary building and then going into a final building. We are able to bring very quickly something which can be very good quality and can be a final solution already. It does not, you don't have to go back onto it. And therefore, if we are talking economies of scale in the grand overall vision of a post-disaster reconstruction, then you're able to save time and time. We have yet other concepts, one of which we are not illustrating here graphically, but I will just briefly mention it. It is a concept for a new way to construct, which is based on an innovative concept of the physics of science of constructions. It is a concept, we have called it mechanically induced cohesion structures. Briefly, it allows you to build structures of reinforced concrete without using cement. It is not reinforced concrete, you use stone, you use bricks, you use fragments of buildings that have collapsed, and that you are able to obtain the same performance which you get with reinforced concrete. We have patented this system, and we have built prototypes, and we have tested them at the University of Florence in the official laboratories, and we have a certification of the results that we have obtained. Now, why are we here today, and what are we seeking? We seek partners that are willing to enter into Project Robin Hood or into any of our innovative concepts to develop them and to implement them throughout the world. So we are looking for NGOs, we are looking for international organizations, we are looking for private sector partners who are interested in betting on innovation like this. Thank you. Anna, would you like to add a few words? Do we have any questions? No? Nobody has become curious of what we have said? Maybe somebody wants to challenge what we have said? Does it look all so simple and easy, or is it incredible, or what? Sir? No? Français.
I'm curious why you call your enterprise Robin Hood.
It is not the enterprise. It is the program. Yeah, the program is called Robin Hood because the idea is that we take from the rich to give to the poor. And the rich being the industry in the developed world. For instance, if you think of the earthquake toy, industries that produce toys in the developed world could well sponsor this project for... Good. Well, we can talk maybe later. Yes? Oui, monsieur.
I have a question about your telescopic housing structure. What's the approximate square footage? What's it constructed of? And is that designed for long-term housing or in-term housing?
Allora, the future of construction is the end of concrete. If we continue to construct with concrete, we have major problems in terms of ambiente, come si dice? Environment, in terms of energy, and in terms of destruction and people that die under the earthquake. So that's a period of the life of human being which will be in the future, will be thought like a terrible period, and will be necessary many, many years to get rid of all the concrete with which we have built. One important element of a building is for earthquake is that there's no link with the land. So that Pret that is opening, there's no foundation, and is a box. The other principle, which is linked to a good resistance to earthquake, is to be a box, not to have separate elements, like vertical or horizontal elements which breaks, take apart, and then fall on the people. So, and on top of that, this kind of housing is the future, is the fact that you can build with good design, with material that you can remake raw material, recycle, but not recycle, has to come back to raw material. That iron has to become that iron. That aluminum has to become that aluminum, because there are millions of kinds of iron, aluminum, and so on. So the fact that you can control the aggregation of materials, the design, and you can make self-sufficient and not no foundation, and you can build everything in the factory or in a chain that makes it at a low price. So everybody can have a beautiful house, can have a good house, a good shell where to live, and that is safe.